guys, Ruler Gaming here. We're back again today doing some more video game console reviews. So today we're going to jump into the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, otherwise known as Snes. Now in my last video I mentioned the NES, how it was kind of the breaking ground of video game consoles. Now the SNES is kind of what took it to a whole other level. The reason I say that is because the different genres of games that were coming out for the SNES was a huge jump compared to the NES. So games that I mean are the role-playing games, the RPGs that kind of came out. So you're looking at Final Fantasy, you're looking at Soul Blazer, Illusions of Gaia, so many others that people love to play. And again, like nowadays, when you're looking into more modern games, RPG is a huge selling genre. So, you know, the Final Fantasy series kind of kept going and went on for many years. So that's kind of what I mean by a step up from the NES. So kind of to start out with, what games did I play and what I thought of them. So I played everything from, you know, Illusions of Gaia, Soul Blazer, to things like Donkey Kong Country, and of course, you know, the staples, the Super Mario World, The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, all those major title games back in the day. I'm a huge Legend of Zelda fan. You can probably tell from my background. I have my fiance got me this. It's beautiful. I love it. I have a few different Legend of Zelda tattoos, which I can show off in another video later. Like my video if you want to see my tattoo video. I can make that soon. So basically kind of get into that. Again, with SNES, I didn't play it a whole lot. It wasn't what I was, again, a bit too young to kind of get really into the SNES. All started with my dad. He was big into this stuff, and we just kept playing them together in the sense. He would play, I'd kind of chip in and give him ideas. Of course, I was a kid, so you never know. I can't remember if I was ever right or wrong. I'm always right. So we kind of went in that route. So any game that he played, I kind of played after, and learning what he did, and kind of went from that to, you know, beat the game or beat the level or whatever. It wasn't until later on that I kind of was old enough to kind of think for myself and play games by myself before my dad even got to them. During these games that I played, super fun. So again, you're looking at better graphics, things like that, seeing different controls. Now, speaking of the controls, the major bump up, in my opinion, from the NES to the SNES is the controller, guys. The controller. Instead of having just a block rectangle thing, brick, where it had pointy corners for your hands to go, the SNES actually incorporated rounded like corners for your hands to fit snugly into. These are probably my favorite controllers of all time. I don't know why. I don't know what exactly it is. They're light. You can mash on them forever. They seem to last forever, guys. I still have our original SNES. It still works. The controllers still work. It's amazing. I'm still finding old games at pawn shops, grabbing them when I can, and going home and playing them. It's so much fun, guys. And it's so comfortable with these controllers. I believe there's a couple more buttons on them compared to the NES. I believe there's the left and right buttons now incorporated into the controllers, which is super cool. Gives you a little bit of extra bonus. For example, I know one of the things you have to do in Donkey Kong Country for like cheat codes is you have to spell barrel incorrectly, may I add. And, you know, you get to use the left and right triggers and stuff. I know it's super dumb, but that's one of the things that I loved about it. I love the controllers, guys. And I hope you guys share the love for those controllers like I do, because they're amazing. Going back to the games, you know, there's so many out there that have been hugely impacted and impactful to all different players around the world. And with the SNES, I think it's, even though it's not what I played the most of as a kid, it's really what actually got me really into gaming, because that's when I was old enough to kind of pick up on everything and use the controller properly. It does hold a little bit of my heart, but you know, it's going to be the next console that we talk about, guys. That's really got my heart, and that's really what I'm going to get really passionate about, and I'm really excited to do that. But for now, let's keep it to the SNES. So, I guess the other things to kind of mention about the SNES is, again, the aesthetics of it. I love the aesthetics. I love the push thing where it pops out the cartridge. Do not know why, but it's so satisfying. The sliders made it super easy to turn it off and on. Kind of annoying when your siblings come over to turn off or reset your game. And the actual cartridges themselves are smaller than the NES ones, so they were a little bit better for storage and, in my opinion, more aesthetically pleasing. So some great upgrades to the SNES compared to the NES. I really like it. So my ranks for this, guys, so we're going to, again, do it based on what I did last video, which was, you know, game selection, controls, and then overall ranking. So game selection, guys, as I already mentioned in that beginning there, game selection is off the chain. Okay, sorry I said that, I'm so sorry. The game selection's awesome. You get so many varieties, again, so many varieties. All the genres are now coming into play. You're getting such a great gaming selection now. It's blowing everyone out of the water at that point, right? So with that being said, we're giving it a solid 9, guys. 9. The variations, again, just coming through. You're getting so many. It's basically made for everyone. You know, anybody could pick up a game and find something that they liked. That's what I love about the SNES. Now, for the controls, the games were so difficult on SNES, I'm not going to lie, for me anyways. There's so many people out there that can rock these games, no problem. For me, they're hard. They're still hard to master. So the controls, I'm going to give a 7. I love the controller. I love the new design, but it's hard. Okay? It's hard for me. And then my overall ranking for this, guys, is going to be a 9. There's nothing I can say about this console that really gives it justice, but I think everyone can agree that it was a huge step through in video games, and a lot of people grew up with them, and a lot of people enjoyed them, and that's how they got into video games in the first place. So that's my review of the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any feedback, any questions, any suggestions for future videos I'm going to do, please hit me up on that comment box. I'm always going to be there checking them out, responding to you guys, getting back to you, and hit up that like and subscribe button because that would mean a lot to me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Catch you again. See ya.